The United Nations, the European Union and the World Bank estimate $70 billion is needed to rebuild Gaza, with more than 80% of buildings, including homes, hospitals, destroyed. Joining us now from Cairo is Mohamed Higazy. He is a former Egyptian ambassador and former Egyptian assistant foreign minister. Ambassador, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure, Anna.
So Egypt is among 27 countries that have signed up or are committed to signing up to President Trump's Board of Peace. So far, as I mentioned, $17 billion have been pledged for Gaza reconstruction. What is Egypt's role in this Board of Peace?
Well, I think the Egyptian role is indispensable in all forms, being in the diplomatic efforts that has led us to reach the ceasefire agreement. In the reconstruction, Egypt is the border country to Gaza, and also in peace and security, Egypt is training Palestinian police, as well as we are hosting for almost 2 months now the Palestinian Technocratic Authority that will enter the moment that we will all decide together. The Board of Peace has completed the 3 governance bodies, being the Board of Peace and the Palestinian Technocratic Authority. The third should be arranged. Last week, we've been all working towards the creation of the support and stability units. I'm sure that you followed the Centercom discussion in Egypt, and followed by a meeting in Doha last Tuesday. And hopefully this will complete the 3 governance bodies to govern Gaza.
The United States Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, he's talked about what he sees as the role of this board. Let's listen to some of what he had to say.
We have to get this right. There is no plan B for Gaza. Plan B is going back to war. No one here wants that. Plan A, the only path forward, is one that rebuilds Gaza in a way of enduring and sustainable peace, where everyone can live there side by side with one another and never worry again about returning to conflict, to war, to human suffering, and to destruction.
All right, so Ambassador, that was Marco Rubio talking there. My question is, under what legal authority, international legal authority, has this board been established, and under what international legal authority can it carry out these real estate developments in Gaza? This is, after all, occupied, besieged territory.
Definitely. The UN Security Council Resolution 2803 availed to this body a legal base to work on. The most important thing we did is to bring President Trump 20 points to the Security Council. So we gave the UN legitimacy and the heritage of literature related to the Palestinian rights to this end. At the same time, I agree with you that reconstruction is not a real state affair. It is political, socio-economic for people under occupation, that at the end of the tunnel they should see light. And I'm sure that we will all work to avert any result to manage the conflict, not to solve the conflict.
Okay, Ambassador, just to clarify something here, are you saying that the United Nations Security Council has approved this Board of Peace and what it intends doing in Gaza?
Indeed, the whole roadmap given by President Trump was taken to the body of this resolution. This resolution endorsed the 21 points of President Trump's roadmap, and it has given clarity to the establishment of the 3 governance body, the stabilizing force, the Palestinian Technocratic Authority, and the Board of Peace.
Right. So there is no mention of a 2-state solution in Marco Rubio's comments. However, this is what the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres had to say about that. Let's listen to him.
We are living in a world where mass suffering is excused away, where humans are used as bargaining chips, where international law is treated as a mere inconvenience. Conflicts are multiplying and the impunity has become a contagion. That is not due to a lack of knowledge, tools or institutions. It's the result of political choices. The crisis of respect for human rights does not stand alone. It mirrors and magnifies every other global fracture. Humanitarian needs are exploding while funding collapses.
And Ambassador Guterres also pointed to the violation of human rights, the violation of international law, and said, and I'm quoting him here directly, he said, the two-state solution is being stripped away in broad daylight, unquote. What is Egypt's position on two states?
Definitely, this is the fundamental base of all our diplomatic effort. The two-state solution will offer to the region stability and prosperity, and it will bring a right that has been denied for almost 100 years to the Palestinians. So I think this is the ultimate goal, according to the Trump plan. There is a political path, and as Minister Rubio said a while ago, that a political horizon where the two parties will live side by side. It means that there is a Palestinian identity that has to be joined together with the West Bank and East Jerusalem to create the future Palestine. If the Gaza Drive led us through to link the Palestinian Authority in a given moment, say 2027, then we can talk about the geographical unity of the Palestinian state.
Ambassador, if that is the ultimate goal, two states, a Palestinian state and an Israeli state, what does one make of the fact that there are no Palestinians represented on this board of peace? This real estate plan that was put forward by President Trump's son-in-law was not approved by the Palestinians.
Well, I think the situation in this plan is by far better than leaving the situation to the harmful attitude of the Israelis and the collateral damage they are making to the civilian population in Gaza under the pretext of fighting Hamas. You have to drag the situation to where you want. You will not be dragged to where they want. I'm sure that this real estate solution will lead to confrontation.
Yeah, I get your point on that. But why are there no Palestinians having a say in this? This is, after all, their land, their homes, their communities.
I assure you, the presence of Egypt and many other Arab countries, besides the presence of the technocratic Palestinian Authority and the presence of the Palestinian Authority in Ramallah, makes it quite clear that we will lead the situation where the Palestinians should gain at least their right of self-determination.
Okay, Egypt will host an emergency Arab summit that takes place next week. The summit has been called to counter calls from Trump to seize Gaza and forcibly expel Palestinians to Egypt, to Jordan, and to other nations in the region as well. I mean, how does that square with what you're telling me about the ultimate goal being two states?
I assure you that deportation is an Egyptian red line, and we declare that to everybody, and we will defend this important principle as a basic for peace. Palestinian has suffered for many years, and we are not willing to inflict more damage and injustice on them. We can fight this war, and we can make sure that the Palestinian has the right place in the Middle East, where the territorial integrity of the West Bank, East Jerusalem, and Gaza is united according to the ICG
Ambassador,
in July 2024.
Right, Ambassador, one final point. I mean, doesn't Egypt's membership in this board of peace lend legitimacy to what is an illegal occupation?
No, we are trying to get rid of the occupation, but we have to be practical and move towards creating light in this dark tunnel and bring the situation to where the Palestinian needs and for their rightful right for a statehood.
Okay, Ambassador Mohamed Higazy, thanks so much for being with us.